To perform your search, you go to the Pubmed search engine. If you look at the top of the screen, there is a search window. Please use the advanced search window because that will provide you with a better opportunity to perform your search. The first search we are going to perform is asthma, on asthma. If you remember from the search we performed on Ovid, the most effective way to research a topic is by subject rather than text word. So to the left of the term asthma, you'll see there's a drop-down menu. If you scroll down, you'll see that there are two subject opportunities. One is medical subject heading major topic, and the second is medical subject heading terms. The third option, medical subject heading subheading, will be addressed in a few minutes. You use medical subject heading major topic if you want to drill down specifically to a subject area, and that is the version that you would most want to prefer. Mesh terms means that the term asthma will appear in a subject heading. However, it may not be the primary subject of the article. My advice is to try searching under mesh medical subject heading major topic first, and if you don't retrieve enough articles, then look under medical subject heading as a term. So we're selecting medical subject heading major topic. Now we're going to select our subheading. And in Pubmed, you select a subheading by ANDing the subheading with your subject. So we have AND selected, and then we're going to go to all fields and select medical subject heading subheading. And to select a proper subheading, we're going to go to the show index on the right of that window. And as we remember from our first search, we're going to look for drug therapy. See drug therapy, we're going to select that subheading, and then we're going to hide the index list. So we're going to look at medical subject heading major topic asthma and medical subject heading subheading drug therapy. Now if this was the only search we were going to perform and we were not going to combine it with other searches, we could just search directly and the final results will be listed here. However, because we are going to search other subjects and then combine them using Boolean logic, we will simply add this search to our history. And if you note, it becomes search statement number 1 and the search that we typed in, and then finally to the right we find our results and the 25,695 citations. The second search we will perform is on antibiotics, and we will be looking at the therapeutic use of antibiotics. So again, we open the box and select mesh major topic, type in antibiotics, and then in our subheading field we will go down and select mesh subheading, and then select your show list index, and then select therapeutic use. Remember, you use therapeutic use with the drug, and you use drug therapy with the disease state. And then we're going to hide the index, and again we're going to add this to the history. So we have search statement 1 is asthma, search statement number 2 is the first drug and the therapeutic use, and for the second search we have 75,650 citations. Our third search is on steroids, and we're also going to limit that through the use of a subheading to therapeutic use. So you select mesh major topic, steroids, and then mesh subheading, your show list index list, scroll down, therapeutic use, and then hide the index list. And then we're also going to add to the history. So we now have 3 searches, and these are the 3 searches which are included in the process. The next step is combining our search topics using Boolean operators and or. If you remember, you use or to combine similar topics. So you can create a large body of documents which can be used interchangeably. Or yes, that's correct. And the second search combination you will combine with and is dissimilar subjects, so that you can reduce the number to only those documents that you want in your final search. So the documents which we want to combine with or will be steroids or antibiotics, because we want either steroids or antibiotics to appear in every document. Now, if you notice, you're going to do this, you select number 3 and then select or in builder. And you see number 3, search statement number 3 goes up in the builder. And then we're going to select number 2 and also or that in the builder. And then you notice that on the left, the Boolean operator has changed to or, so you have number 3 or number 2. The fact there's an extra field with nothing in it is irrelevant. So to complete this combination, you just select add to history. You will notice that we have combined both of the drugs, and that's search statement number 4, and we have retrieved 200,663 citations. Our second combination will be search statement number 1 and search statement number 4. So you can type 1 and combine with and in builder, and then search statement number 4 and in builder. And then you select add to history. And our final search statement is 3,974 citations. That is the completion of the second part of the search process. That's combining using Boolean operators. The third part of the process is limiting your search results. If you remember, when you used Ovid, you could limit your results from this page. However, Pubmed works differently. In order to limit in Pubmed, you must first open up the citations, and the 3,974 citations are listed in the middle. On the left are your filters. And you will notice there may not be enough filters here, and to see additional ones, you can show additional filters. And it allows you to select. You can select ages, you can select subject, journal categories, languages, and then it shows them, and then they appear. Okay? For this topic, our most important limiter is the fact that it's a 10-year-old patient. So we want to limit it to patients who would be 10 years old. So we had to open up ages to get more limits in order for you to do this. And you have a limit, child from birth to 18 years. So we're going to limit to that. And if you look at the top, this number here, 3,974, will change as we limit it. So we're going to select child, birth to 18 years. And your results are limited to 1,933 citations. Let's also limit it by language, because we want to be able to read the articles, and we're assuming that you speak English and not a foreign language, so we're going to select English, and the number is farther reduced to 1,700 citations. Let's also limit by currency of the article. So we have publication dates. You can select 5 years or 10 years as defaults. However, you can also select a custom range. And let's select 2011 to 2013. Last 3 years. And we have 103 citations. Usually when you receive between 50 and 130 or 40 citations, that's a good batch from which you can select your documents. The most important factor in doing a search is using computer number 1, that's you. and your knowledge of the topic, so you can go through and select the articles. So you want enough articles in your search results so that you can make a good selection of those which apply. And which comes to the final step, is displaying the final search results and retrieving the full text of the articles which you want. And you scroll down and just select documents. There may be multiple pages of documents, but you go through each page and select the documents that are of use to you. Let's look at number 10. If you look at number 10, you see the citation of the article and then the abstract. The abstract is a short paragraph summarizing the contents of a document. In this case, it's more than one paragraph. Do not cite an abstract or just the citation in a bibliography. You must go to the full text of the article. If you look at the upper right-hand corner, you see that there are two links. One is to Elsevier full text article, that's the publisher, and the other is to MCPHS Online. Do not go to the publisher directly. If you go there, you will be billed for the article because it will assume that you are from outside the university. If you want a free copy of the document, you must go through MCPHS Online because that will take you to our subscribed copy of the journal article, and you will not have to pay for it. So to get the full text through the college, or the university rather, excuse me, select MCPHS Online, and it takes you to the page, and you can see the full text. If you want a PDF copy, you just select the PDF. And then you can either print it or save it. As a point of advice, we really recommend that you save your documents, your articles, rather than printing them. It just saves you dollars because we know that you're charged for every page that you print. And if you can use them digitally, that's a good saving for you, but that's your choice. So let's go back and look at another document. Let's look at number 12. And again, you have your citation and the abstract. If you look at the right, upper right-hand corner, there are no links to full text for this article. This means that you cannot access the article in full text format on our system. However, there is a way out. You can request the document through interlibrary loan, and we will get it for you free of charge. Here's how you do it. And if you remember going through Ovid, there was a process that you could link to the interlibrary loan system. It's different in Pubmed because the search engine is set up differently. Here are the steps. You first must go to Display Settings and display the citation as a summary text. Then you are given a summary of the article that you want, which includes the authors, the titles of the article, the title of the journal, and importantly, the Pubmed ID number. What we recommend that you do is to highlight this, copy and paste it to a Word document. And I suggest that when you're going through your citations, before requesting each document individually, put all the documents that you want, highlight them, and paste them to a Word document. That is, those documents that you cannot access directly online. And that way you'll have a list of documents you're going to request through interlibrary loan, and you can do them all at once. It will just save you some time. So now that you've highlighted your documents, you go to the library page and you go to Library Services, Interlibrary Loan. And then you're going to request a journal article. And here's the form that you fill out to request a journal article online. And you put your first name, last name, telephone, MCPHS email. This is very important. Please put your university email. Do not put your Gmail or other outside email. This is because the document will be sent to you in a PDF format through your MCPHS email. It's very important. Please remember that. And then you select your campus, current status, student. Then for the journal, you put your journal article title, the author's name, the journal title, which is different than the article title, volume number, issue. Issue is often in brackets, pages of the article, publication date, and source of reference. Now, in this case, in searching PubMed, your source of reference will be PubMed ID and this number. Please remember that. Then you need to identify when the article will be received by, 1 week, 2 weeks, etc. And then it asks you if you will select a charge. Always select no for this, because we provide it free of charge. And so you should select no. And then select submit, and it will be sent to us. That is basically the procedure for searching Medline utilizing the PubMed interface. Please remember that I'm always here to answer any questions you may have. You can contact me via email. My email is on Blackboard. And good luck with your searches. Oh, one thing I do recommend. Please try searching PubMed utilizing some sample topics before you tackle your research project, because it will be easier once you do your project if you become familiar with the system beforehand. So good luck.